Security can never be overemphasized. Security is everybody's business. Welcome to the program Feedback on NTA Parliament. Feedback involves responses from people's stakeholders' perspective of development within the Nigerian legislature. On the program, we'll also have a segment on legislative terms. Today on the program, we will be featuring a two-time member representing Jere Federal Constituency in Borno State, Honorable Satomi Ahmed. These and more after the break, and my name is Joy.
Hello viewers, my name is Alexander Mascot Ikweche, and I represent the indomitable and imperturbable people of Abadoth and Abasalt in this very propitious assembly. And I would like to crave the indulgence of all the listeners and all the viewers to tune in to DSTV channel 370 and watch the program Feedback. It's a very interesting program. It allows you access to what is going on in the country, policies that are being made. It's a parliamentary program. And I believe it will help our young Nigerians to get in touch with what is happening with their future and know those that are shaping their future. It is important that Nigerians know the people that are leading them, and also for them to get involved, because as patriotic Nigerian citizens, we must get involved in the business of governance. Thank you once again. The people of Abanoth and Abasalt are happy with all of you.
Thank you for joining us on the program as we set the tone of the program today with a background feature on security and intelligence. Let's watch this. In a world increasingly connected by technology, the balance between security and freedom has never been more fragile. Behind the scene, a network of agencies and operatives work tirelessly to protect national interests and uncover threats and maintain order. As intelligence agencies grow more powerful, so does the call for greater oversight, accountability, and transparency. Intelligence is not just about gathering information, it's about protecting lives and properties. Sometimes the most important intelligence is the one we don't see coming. Security and intelligence, the invisible shield, safeguarding our nation's peace, sovereignty, and prosperity in a world where there are threats. Up next on the program is meeting the people on the streets. Let's share in their thoughts.
Security, in terms of security, currently, as we are speaking, at the current administration, they are trying, because they have achieved some certain level of intelligence and percentage. I can see yesterday that they are running Samuel Ekpan in Finland. I don't know, that news is there everywhere. So that's to show you that even in Zamfara, Sokoto, if you look at, despite the fact that there are new sect that comes up, who are Lakura or something like that, I know the government will tackle them, and they killed one of the bandit kingpin last 2 months.
Not too much crime now, because nobody has money that armed robber will come and take. It's only governments that enjoy this country now, but individually now, I'm not seeing too much bad things like before.
Basically, to my own understanding in terms of security and intelligence, is it can be well dealt with from the superior. Why? Because it requires a lot of highly involved individuals to be able to cope certain things. If there's no intelligence, there's no way you can be able to cope security. Bring in the intelligence. To finance intelligence requires a lot of money. An individual cannot pay for such a money except the government.
The issue of the security, one thing we have to understand first and foremost, the security of life and property is the primary duty of the government. And if the government is not able to provide this, I think in that aspect they fail. And the security agencies and the government have to come together. They need to rise up to the security issue in this country. So far, so good. They've tried to a certain extent because the security problem in the country has reduced a little, but they still have to do more.
In a world of growing uncertainty, security and intelligence stands as our first line of defense and action. A break beckons, and we shall be back shortly. As threats to national security evolves, Nigeria's responses must evolve even faster. At the helm of this responsibility in the Green Chamber is the Chairman Committee on Security and Intelligence. Let's meet him. Honorable Satomi Ahmed was born on the 21st of February 1981. He is from Jere local government area of Borno State. He studied civil engineering. Ahmed Satomi is a two-time member in the Green Chamber, representing Jere Federal Constituency. He is Chairman Committee on Security and Intelligence. He is a member of the All Progressive Congress and he is married with children.
Being the Chairman National Security and Intelligence of the House of Representatives, we are saddled with the responsibility to oversight all the issues that has to do with national security, not only limited to security formations and structures, including internal security, economic security, food security. So our job is robust and diverse-cutted across all the sectors that will ensure the stability of Nigeria, well-being, protection of life and properties of the common Nigerian citizens and all Nigerians. So we oversight some agencies under our purview, particularly the intelligence communities, to ensure that things have been done properly in line with the yearning and aspirations of the current government, particularly the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because you can remember one of the cardinal objectives of every government is to protect the lives and properties of its citizenry. And the Renewed Hope agenda has 5 major objectives, but the first one is the security. And you are quite aware that in the last 18 months, the government have achieved a lot in terms of stabilizing the northeast and then the northwest and the other part of the country. So therefore, I think we oversight them to ensure monies allocated to them has been utilized judiciously and they practice within the confines of the law and in tandem with the rules of engagement.
Satellite, cyber surveillance, human intelligence, each piece a puzzle that can reveal both danger and opportunity.
Intelligence simply means proactively having information to prevent terrorists or being and crime to happen. And then the intelligence community are doing a lot. I don't need to say it in this forum, but you are aware not only the DSS, the military has on their intelligence sector, that's the defense military intelligence, so also the military intelligence itself, the state services, who are saddled with the responsibility of taking care of the intel aspect of the internal security, and the National Intelligence Service, who looks at affairs in foreign countries, foreign missions, and cross-border issues. So the intel is something that kept all the security going because every day, minute by minute, hour by hour, they provide an intel to all the security outfits, not only limited to police, military, but including paramilitary agencies.
From the quiet halls of classified briefing To the tense moment of high-stake operations, the role of intelligence is to stay ahead. But the question remains, how far should agencies go to ensure safety? And how much privacy are we willing to sacrifice in the name of security?
The cyber security is being managed in terms of legislation by two major committees in the National Assembly. And this is, as a country, this is where the gap is. I think we need a huge investment in the cyber security aspect of it, because today's crime mostly is being committed or perpetrated through the cyber agents, particularly the telephones you're using, other social media outlets, other gadgets. So I think as a country, we need to invest huge in our cyberspace so that we will have a stable country. Fighting crime or in terrorism is not when it happens, you will fight it, no. Proactively to get the intel. And how will you get the intel? You must have technology. So the technology, bandit cannot travel or Boko Haram from one point to another to communicate. They must communicate via either email, telephone. These are things that can be intercepted. So that's the example of putting the right tools in a pack, so that I think proactively all such things can be monitored. And what important is our data. So we need to also look in terms of looking at the cyber security. We need to consider to have a comprehensive data of Nigerians, not only limited to what NIMSI is doing. If I say data, there are big data that can run through the blockchains and other things. So it's a very vast and robust, and it's a new that requires a comprehensive support from the government, and the government of President Bola Tinubu is determined to achieve that.
In today's digital age, security no longer means just physical protection. It extends to the virtual world. Cybersecurity is a frontline defense against any operation of threats, from cyber attack targeting infrastructure to the risks of cybercrime.
Countries even build fence to protect their borders. But this time around, if the right things has been done, I told you of a colleague who knows that much. I mentioned Honorable Stanley, because if you can protect your space, you can monitor all your borders. Unlike olden days that you need to send troops, but there are things that in satellite you can watch and protect your borders. So we must imbibe the culture of technology for us to have an effective data. And doing that, you must, as a national security, you must work with the customs, the border security guards, if it's available, and other paramilitary and security outfit. But I think one of the things I know he's doing is trying to compile all the effort made by respective agencies. And I told him that to avoid duplication of effort. Today, if you go to police, they have their cyber center. If you go to military, they are trying to build that one. But the source of the resource is all coming from the federal government. So I think we need to harness collectively to have that synergy, so that as a country, we will have one entity that is providing such information and such support.
Every operation, every mission, every piece of intelligence is carefully analyzed and scrutinized. The stakes are high. One wrong move can have international consequences. It's a game of strategy, secrecy, and sometimes survival of the fittest.
I think first and foremost, all of us as Nigerians, we need to wear our thinking cap to know that we have no other country better than Nigeria. And security is everyone's business. You see, you said it to the right authority. You do the right thing. You abide by the law, so that whenever you see a suspicious something, report it to the nearest law authorities. And by doing so, all of us will have a very free society of our dream. If not, I think it will take us a long time for us to achieve the required security in this country. But believe me, Nigeria this time around has gotten it right. If all things that are being planned by the 10th National Assembly under the able leadership of His Dr. Tajuddin Abbas, the 10th National Assembly is determined to provide all the required tools and financial support to the executive for them to implement. And this will not deter us to take our oversight easily. We will do the oversight to ensure that single kobo earmarked for such project is being utilized judiciously. So
advancement in artificial intelligence and transforming the way we think about security. What was once a domain of spy and covert agents is now integrated into everyday life. But with the advancement come new question. Can we balance security and freedom? And in a world where everything is connected, can we ever truly feel safe? As technology evolves too, so does the world of intelligence. But in the end, the greatest challenge remains unchanged: the pursuit of truth and the perseverance of value we hold dear.
security is part of national security. Economic security is part of national security. Government is aware of the hardship. We must wear our thinking cap to think what we can produce, to cut off our spendings so that at least as a country we will have reduced the dependency on foreign exchange, the dependency on foreign things. We have to imbibe the culture of the local content so that Nigeria will produce our needs, daily needs, so that Nigerians will get a better economic that will provide a relief to all of us. I know, and the government is aware, that it's a difficult time. But when such reforms are being put in place, definitely all of us will go through the pains. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Let's pray for Nigeria. Let's all of us put hands on deck together to make sure that security works for every one of us at the end of the day.
As the Chairman Committee on Security and Intelligence, Honorable Satomi Ahmed remains focused for a safer Nigeria for all. It is our duty to ensure that our intelligence agency have the necessary resources. And to keep us safe, security is not just a priority, it is a fundamental right for every Nigerian.
I am Honorable Mrs. Amina Darasim Ibrahim, the PDP National Woman Leader. Watch the program Feedback on NTA Parliament.
If you see something, say something. Security is everybody's business. We have dotted the T's and the I's, and we will be back next week, God's willing, with more insightful stories and discussions that matter to you. Until then, stay safe, stay engaged, and let's continue to build a better and brighter Nigeria. See you next week.